Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike a lot of other channels that showcase Pokemon Go PvP content, mine has a bit of a twist where we actually only showcase shadow Pokemon in PvP. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe. So in today's video, we're going to be showcasing another one of the mons that recently got a buff with the Season 8 move updates. We're going to be showcasing Shadow Drapion. Drapion actually got a buff last season when Poison Sting went up to 4 EPT. This season, it actually goes up to 4.5 EPT, which makes it the second quickest charging fast move behind Lock On. It's actually a clone of Thundershock and Mudshot, and with Aqua Tail being 35 energy, there's no mon in the game that actually beats it to its charge move. It actually ties with Flygon running Mudshot and Dragon Claw, and very spammy Politoed running Mudshot and Weather Ball. So let's get into the team. We're going to be running the standard core of Swampert Skarmory. These two obviously have great synergy, and we're going to pair this with the Shadow Drapion safe switch. So let's get into the moves. The Shadow Skarmory lead is going to be running its standard moveset of Air Slash, Brave Bird and Sky Attack. We're going to be running the Swampert with Mudshot, its community exclusive move of Hydro Cannon and Sludge Wave, and that Shadow Drapion safe switch is going to be running this newly buffed Poison Sting. It's going to run Aqua Tail and Sludge Bomb. I was debating whether I want to use Crunch. I think as a safe switch, I'm going to really be looking forward to that spammy moveset of Aqua Tail. So without any further ado, let's get into the battles. So in this first matchup, we got a Swampert lead. This is a fairly decent matchup for us, but it does hit hard. They safe switch is a Marowak, so we bring in our own Swampert. The Marowak is going to fire off a move. I imagine this to be the Shadow Bone. We're going to shield this up. We're going to get off a Hydro Cannon of our own, build up to the back-to-back. First Hydro Cannon coming through. Opponent puts up a shield. We have the back-to-back, so we're going to fire off a second Hydro Cannon. I don't imagine the opponent's double shield, but they actually do. So we're going to build up again. We're outside of Shadow Bone range. I'm going to let this go through, and we should be able to get to one more Hydro Cannon. We actually get a defense drop, which is terrible, so because of that we get fire spam down. We're going to have to bring in our Drapion. We are going to be taking super effective from this Bone Club, but Bone Club's a pretty terrible move, so we're going to let it go through. We're going to overfarm a bit. We're going to get off this Aqua Tail, which should be taking them out, and we'll see what they're going to come back in with. Come back in with a Swampert, so I'm going to fire off this Aqua Tail. We're going to instant swap, and we're going to let off this Sky Attack. The Sky Attack comes through, it's going to be enough to take out the Swampert. And in the back they've got a Bastiodon. So unfortunately this is GG's. If we would have not got that defense drop and took out the Marowak, we could have aligned our Drapion onto this Bastiodon, which doesn't have a great matchup, but it is spammy enough to get it quite low. However, at this point we're pretty helpless. We do stay in, as I didn't sim any of these moves. We're going to see how much Aqua Tail does, so we're going to shield this up. Hope to get an Aqua Tail off for a bit of science, which we do here. We're going to now see how much damage this does, so we remember it for later matchups. Does a decent chunk. And GG's, we back out. Moving on into this next battle. We've got Skarmory into Crobat. It's actually a purified Crobat, so I'm unsure if it's going to be running Return or Shadow Ball. They fired too early, so we know it's just a Poison Fang, which we let go through. And they again switch into a Lantern. We do resist these moves from Lantern. They're built up to 10, so we're going to respect the Hydro Pump. We correctly shield up the Hydro Pump. Now we're going to overfarm. As you can see, these mud shots are really starting to chunk them down. A bit of lag. You love to see it. This Sludge Wave should get them quite low. They actually choose to shield. We should outpace them to the next Sludge Wave, which we do. This Sludge Wave should be enough to take him out, and we're going to maintain alignment in this match. They actually bring in a Metachan. So we're going to just spam out these Hydro Cannons. Looks like they're committing to the farm down. We get to a last minute Hydro Cannon. The opponent makes a great switch. But this Hydro Cannon is going to get the goal back quite low. We're going to come in now. And we're going to look to overfarm, which we do. Looks like the opponent was running Return as they're overfarming a lot. However, they're not going to make it. Aqua Tail comes through and the opponent backs out. GG's to the opponent. Moving on into this third game. We got our Shadow Skarmory lead into another Alolan Marowak. Another terrible lead, so we're going to get off a couple of air slashes and we're going to switch into Drapion. We actually met with a 9-tail safe switch. It's on Charm. Charm is hitting us for neutral damage, but we're not going to bait. We're going to go for the Sludge Bomb. The Charm's really starting to chunk us, but we actually CMP tie here, so we're going to shield this up, get off the Sludge Bomb and see if the opponent wants to go down 2 shields. I highly doubt they shield again, as they know we've got a Skarmory. Again, Skarmory has a great matchup with their Charmer. So Drapion, 1 shield, straight Sludge Bomb, no baiting. Beats the very spammy and meta-relevant Alolan Ninetales. We managed to get this Aqua Tail off as well, which has a great bit of chip damage. We now can switch that first matchup. We can bring our Swampert into the Marowak. Charge move coming through. Expect this to be a Shadow Ball or Shadow Bone. It's a Shadow Bone. Over farm. Shadow Bone at this range will take us out, so we respect it. They do fire another Shadow Bone, and in the back they've got a Vigoroth. So we build up to the Hydro Cannon, we bank it for later. Vigoroth Skarmory is a neutral matchup. However, both charge moves are resisted by Skarmory, so we're in a great spot. We're going to get off this Sky Attack. The opponent is going to have to shield at some stage. They shield the first one up. They're going to look to try and counter down, but they're not going to be able to do it, so they fire off this charge move. They get one more counter in. Swampert has got a move, and he does win CMP. So let's see if Swampert can win the race against Marowak. We're only a couple of mud shots short. Hydro Cannon coming through. Swampert clutches out another game. Shadow Swampert, I believe, is the best mon in Open Ultra, but in Great League still got some play as well. Moving on into this next game, we've got Skarmory into Metachan. This is actually running Psycho Cut, so I imagine they're running perhaps Psychic Dynamic Punch. I think it's a bit quick for a Dynamic Punch. Ice Punch coming through, we tank that fine. We're going to overfarm a bit. Looks like they are staying in, so perhaps this is the double fighter Bastion online. They let it go through, and as expected, in comes the Bastiodon. We're going to safe switch into our Drapion. They actually make a great switch. They're going to catch this Aqua Tail onto a Golbat. As you saw in the last match, we actually got a good matchup against Golbat, as we are very quick to these Aqua Tails, whereas their quick charge move, Poison Fang, is resisted by us. I'm going to let this go through. I imagine this to be the Poison Fang, which it is. Doesn't do a lot. This Aqua Tail is probably going to get them quite low. I imagine they're going to start shielding. They do shield. Let's see if we can get to one more Aqua Tail. We lose the CMP tie. We'll let this go through. I'm going to wait out a switch time where I expect them to try and snipe our Skarmory with Bastiodon. There is the switch. We're going to instant swap into Swampert. We're going to catch this charge move. Whatever it is, Flamethrower Stone Edge. It is resisted, and we're now in a great spot. Swampert, again, looking to close this game out for us. Not the best time there. We let a Smackdown through, but up 2 shields. There's nothing this Bastiodon can do. They commit their last shield. We're going to shield up this move. We're going to overfarm a little bit more and fire off this Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon coming through. This Bastiodon, just about one more mud shot, and we've got a Hydro Cannon ready to take out this Golbat. That last Hydro Cannon left the Bastiodon in perfect farm range to finish this game. GG's to the opponent. In this next matchup, we got Skarmory into Jirachi. Again, as I haven't seen this matchup, I'm not sure how this matchup goes. We're both dealing resisted, so we're going to look to switch into our Drapion. And we're met with a Melmetal. Melmetal again is very spammy, but his charge moves are more expensive than us, so we are going to outpace it. We're just going to spam off these Aqua Tails. Let's see if the opponent will start committing shields. We're going to match shields with the opponent. I don't think they're going to want to debuff themselves, so I imagine this is a Rock Slide, which I imagine we do survive, which we do. We're going to get off this next Aqua Tail. It looks like Drapion wins the 0 shield. The opponent does shield. We've got a bit too much health for him to farm down, so we're going to commit our own shield. We're going to
to leave it down to the opponent. They're going to actually have to go down 2 shields to win switch. We make it as aqua tail. The opponent's got a decision to make now. Do they want switch advantage, or do they want to go down both shields? They go down both shields, which is fine for us. They are loading on energy. We're going to bring in this Skarmory. We're going to try and make a quick swap to catch the rock slide. You can see that here. The opponent fires off another thundershock before they decide which move to use. So we catch the resisted rock slide. This is going to be the superpower. So we are going to respect it and shield up. Now commit to the farm down. The Swampert's going to have a nice bit of energy lead on whatever comes in. The Jirachi's not quite out of move. They're bringing Azumarill. I'm expecting a sack swap at some stage. I throw in the middle of the animation. You can see the bubble hitters here, so there's no sack available. And we actually just get outpaced. Azumarill is going to take us out. Our Skarmory should be in a good position now to close the game. We're going to look to air slash down. That's 4 bubbles. We just make it. Now we're back into this original matchup. We've got the energy lead that we needed to overturn it. Let's see. The Sky attack comes through. There's a decent chunk. They hit us with a charge move. They are all resisted. Psychic, Doom Desire, and Dazzling all resisted. I imagine they're going to go for Doom Desire. It's probably the best DPE. See, there's a decent chunk. We beat them to the next move, and I think this Brave Bird should be enough to take them out. Brave Bird comes through and does take out the Jirachi. GG's to the opponent. We go 4-1 in that set. And you can see there we've had a decent day. Went 9-6 overall, went 2-3, 3-2 and 4-1.
So the race to reach legend only using Shadow Pokemon has been off to an average start, but we've still got good hope. And we're going to keep not only showcasing Shadow Pokemon, we're obviously going to be trying out some new mon. We still do need to get that Shadow Crobat. I really can't decide on a team comp, so if you've got any ideas, post it in the comment section. I'll see you all in the next one.